Which choice completes the text with the most logical transition? Archaeologist Sue Brunning explains why the 7th century ship burial site at Sutton Hoo in England was likely the tomb of a king. First, the gold artifacts inside the ship suggest that the person buried with them was a wealthy and respected leader. Blank, the massive effort required to bury the ship would likely only have been undertaken for a king. So the text highlights how there is a ship burial site at Sutton Hoo in England, and how this archaeologist considers this burial site as the tomb of a king. And there are two reasons the archaeologist gives to explain this. The first is that there are gold artifacts inside the ship, which highlights that the person buried in them was likely a wealthy and respected leader. Second is that the effort required would only have been undertaken for a king. So the best word for this sentence, blank here, would highlight the elaboration or the continuation of another point made in this list of 2 points. So let's look at the answer choices. A. Instead. This is incorrect because instead would imply that there is a contrast between the information in this third sentence and what was said in the second sentence. But this is not correct because the third sentence does not consider this information in the second sentence. Instead it adds a second point separate from what was said earlier. So instead is incorrect. B. Still. This is incorrect because like A, still would imply that this third sentence contrasts what was said in the second sentence. But as before, this is not the case because the third sentence adds a separate point from the second sentence. So still would not work here either. C. Specifically. This is incorrect because the third sentence discusses the massive effort required to bury the ship and how it would have only been undertaken for a king. But the second sentence highlights how there are gold artifacts inside the ship, and that this highlights that the person buried with them was a wealthy and respected leader. So these are 2 separate points. The third sentence does not go into more elaboration of what was said in the second sentence, so specifically wouldn't work here either. D. Second. This is the correct answer, because this properly highlights how this third sentence establishes a second point from this second sentence here. So D is the correct answer.